So A and B actually plays Lycan quite a bit. He's actually a Lycan spammer. So this is one of these scenarios where
10 seconds.
you kind of have to commit an offlane hero here that deals well with the Lycan, but now your offlane is hard countered by the Monkey King. It's not as bad as it used to be. I think Mars is still okay, but there's your Phoenix. Okay, I was gonna say they need a magic damage hero to help the Mars in lane.
Well, nothing better than the hero that combos perfectly with the arena.
Yeah.
So uh, things are looking a little bit difficult for them here. I'm not gonna lie to you. Uh, awesome combination here between the Mars and the Phoenix. Surprised that they made it through to this far to the draft. They have the Nyx Assassin as well. The Void Spirit, solid overall hero. Not great against the Shadow Shaman, but I don't think it'll be an issue this game. Tons of saves on his team from the Nyx Assassin, from the Mars. Even the late game, you can pick up an Aghanim Scepter on the Phoenix as a save. And now they get rid of the Legion Commander, a little bit surprising, but I guess they're worried about just the heavy lockdown of the Void Spirit, Nyx, Phoenix. Not great against the Mars, but not too worried about that one, it seems. But 40 seconds reserve time left for both these teams here, Ricky. And mid. Well, actually, you can flex around these heroes in a number of places here. The Monkey King could go to the safe lane in the mid. The Lycan could go mid, off lane, or safe lane. I mean,
Yeah.
we saw EG pick up a Lycan on Ice Ice Ice, didn't we?
I believe so. Oh, that sounds like something Ice 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 would do. That guy just, he's on a whole different playing field. Let's be real. That guy just comes up with the weirdest stuff and makes it work. I will say you are correct, though, in the fact that I think the Raiders draft here is very flexible. The Monkey King Lycan can pretty much go to whatever lane they want to. And right now, Felt are kind of locked in, right? You need a safe lane here. And they have ultimate last pick here on the side of the Raiders. So they're actually going to just remove the Legion Commander and the Pango.
Troll Warlord being dead on the other side. Interesting. Last hero they get rid of here.
I wonder if they go Slardar on the side of the Raiders.
10 seconds remain.
Hard to say.
Yeah, well, they'll definitely pick depending on the carry that Felt goes for, right? But that's another hero that Cube plays exceptionally well.
I don't know how they ran out this draft exactly here on the Raiders. I mean, to be honest, you get a decent amount of magical damage so far. You can hold people down with Shadow Shaman, but outside of that, you're gonna have trouble keeping people locked down. I think if you blow up the Shadow Shaman in these fights, things become very easy for Felt. To get rid of the Ursa last here, I don't mind that one so much. I think that one was a good one to get rid of.
Yeah, I agree. We'll see. They got some time to figure it out, but maybe they just take up the Tidehunter themselves for the Raiders. Give themselves some nice team fight, some extra lockdown, because they are lacking it, right? They need something that combines well with Monkey King's Wukong's command, but also provides some form of lockdown for the Lycan, because right now they really don't have any.
Do you pick up Wraith King here on Felt?
You could take Wraith King. It feels not great against the Monkey King, though. Is one of those things. Like, Monkey King almost always wins those fights late game. At least until you have tons of net worth.
Dire must choose.
Take the Bloodseeker. Interesting. It was a hero that was banned out in the last game.
Yeah, not what I expected.
That I think either of us value very much. Which is surprising to me, Ricky.
Yeah, this one's a little weird.
I think
10 seconds.
We'll see what they come up with here on the side of the Raiders. I mean, Bloodseeker is not easy to push out of lane. Is one of the things that's nice about the hero. He has so much sustain from Thirst. But, man.
Not enough damage, though. Especially after they nerfed that Blood Raid damage by, 40 at every level?
Yeah.
The last couple of patches. I mean, it stopped like we talked about that a lot, but I think they were out of options here. They weren't sure exactly what they wanted. Bloodseeker it feels pretty underwhelming to me. We'll see how it goes, though. Timbersaw, the last pick. That one, I'm not surprised. I was thinking that one of these two teams would grab that one here, given the fact that they already have tons of frontline damage, decent disable already. It's too good to pass up. I mean, Bloodseeker does already gain it as the game goes on, but the Raiders, I think that they've got potential to get out of control here, and felt their draft feels a little bit underwhelming as the game goes on. They don't end up popping off.
Yeah,
Timbersaw secures that early game.
I think this is too good of like. I think the lanes are too good here for the Raiders. I think the problem, yeah, I think you're correct, right? Timbersaw is going to pretty much secure himself a solid early game. You have Monkey King, who's going to win whichever lane he goes to. Lycan's not going to have the best time for sure, but it's not necessarily going to be bad. And then you are just dealing with a Lycan Timbersaw Shadow Shaman running at your buildings, and I don't know how you deal with that.
You don't.
Nice, yeah, solid. Nice, at least we're on the same page here.
That's my professional analytical opinion. Is you don't. There's no counterplay. What do we do? No, but it's going to be quite tricky for them. They've got decent magical damage to deal with the Timbersaw, but their lanes are very weak with the Bloodseeker nerfs to the Blood Right. Nyx Assassin always feels very awkward in the laning phase. Is he a crab?
Yeah, it's Crab Nyx. Did you see that?
Yeah, I'm looking at that right now.
Yeah, it's like a really neat little skin that came out a while ago.
Interesting. Gotta say I'm a fan. Anyways, the Crab Nyx distracted me. Not tons of damage here. The Phoenix feels a little bit awkward at the start of the laning phase. Doesn't have a ton of magical damage to work with. Till it puts multiple points to the Sunray. Mars is okay. I mean, Zora's an absolute monster. But he's not on his axe this game. He's going to have his work cut out for him here on this Void Spirit. I think if he can pop off in the mid lane, his team might be in an okay place, but Timbersaw is going to secure the early laning phase. They're going to have a significant pushing and tower advantage, I think, for his Lycan. Game is going to be very hard.
Yeah, I think you're pretty much exactly correct there. Nice scouting from these Lycan wolves just being ran around. I am a little bit surprised it is Murderer on the Lycan. I know AMB really likes the hero, but I guess they just really want to favor the Monkey King matchup into the mid lane versus the Void Spirit. So that's what we're going to see instead.
Yeah. Makes sense to me. Just take full advantage of that Jingu Mastery stacks. I mean, Void Spirit's not quite a melee hero, but 200 attack range might as well be. And against any sort of melee hero matchup there, the game zones him out very well. We'll see if the drafting ends up paying off here. Last game, I felt like they missed their timing. They got outplayed there by Zor in the Roche pit. This time around, I think they'll be a little bit more disciplined. The draft is definitely on their side.
Yeah, I'm with you, man. I think we're both on the same page here. To me, it just seems like the Raiders draft here is going to take off. I mean, we'll see how the lanes go. If they win the lanes, this should be a very it should set up a great momentum here for the side of the Raiders in the mid game. Whereas last game, they really struggled after that Roche fight, and they can't miss their timing again. I still wonder, even if they win the late game here on the side of Felt, though, is the question. I mean, you do a lot of damage to the Void Spirit. I just don't know how Bloodseeker...
You don't win the late game. That's what I was getting at. I don't think you win the lanes or the late game. You're going to have to win the lanes really hard on your side, despite them being somewhat awkward here with having Nyx Assassin.
Yeah, the Bloodseeker is one of those heroes that we haven't really seen picked up all that often, but on the few times he has been picked up, it has not gone great.
No. I think he's fallen off a bit. I mean, yes, he's got this danger in the laning phase, but a lot of the reason why he was picked up and so popular was this blood rate. The pure damage. We nerfed that so heavily. 60 damage, I think it was nerfed by at level 4.
Yeah, it had to be
right?
nerfed. It had to be. It was so good. Just like the Yules into Blood Riot was way too much damage. Or any form of slow in the off lane into Blood Riot was just way too much damage.
Yeah, things are going pretty well down here for now, though. Cubey dropped quite low there. Has gone through all of his mana as well. No reactive armor point just yet, as he did level up his Whirling Death to get a lot of harass to get that early CS. Himself back up to full, though. Now he's hit level 2. He's going to have that reactive armor. Once he's got 2 charges of it, I think it becomes too difficult for Bloodseeker to sit, trade that well against him here. Mid lane, haven't touched on yet. Going about how you'd expect AMB with a slight advantage. If this lane goes on, the Monkey King, it just gets better and better here. The more points in Jacob Mastery makes it that much more threatening to stay in the lane against him.
Yeah.
Void Spirit does have the advantage, after the laning phase ends, around like the 6-minute mark, he starts to rotate from lane to lane. Somebody else can take over the mid lane for him. Way more kill potential and ganking potential in the Void Spirit.
There's also the potential to bottle a DD rune. And if he bottles a DD rune at the 4-minute mark and then gets level 6, Monkey King's game is over. I've seen this exact lane play out so many times where a Void Spirit gets a 4-minute DD rune, bottles it, and then just waits till level 6 and then just kills whoever his lane opponent is. And Monkey King has no exception to that.
I mean, if the Monkey King's sitting at full HP, I think he can survive it. If he's anything else, then he ends up dropping. Again, the massive amount of life steal you get, especially if you're under a creep wave, and then just boundless striking yourself back up in the middle of it, I think you can survive and heal back up to full. That kind of ruins Tay's game, but you do have to be at full HP to survive that very heavy burst with the
Oh my
the
gosh.
DD rune.
Bottom lane, the Bloodseeker and the Nyx are just bullying out the Timbersaw. He's only level 2 though, and we know as soon as you get those 2 points in reactive armor, the game's quite different. So they went very aggressive here on Felt to try and get that early kill before Timber becomes this almost borderline unkillable enemy.
Well, we'll see. He has got the 2 points now, so already you see him start to heal up, and the Bloodseeker sitting pretty low. Doesn't want to approach the creep wave. Is very afraid of getting shoved out and burned down by this whirling death. Pure damage hurts quite a bit.
Courier has been killed.
Top lane we've not touched very much on yet.
It's going quite well for Zor. This is what I expected. The Mars should be able to beat and free farm the lane against the Lycan, at least for the first several levels. And then Lycan should probably end up just bailing out to jungle with an early Necro Book, but this is the sacrifice you make by putting the Monkey King in the mid lane.
You know, I know I'm not supposed to pick favorites as a caster, but Felt is starting to become one of my favorite teams. I love Zor. I love
Caster's
Justice.
Curse coming in hot as Zor top lane might give first blood on over to Murderer, falling low with the rotation in. Hasted Tay, he's gonna be able to take him down. Lights Shader, I'm gonna say Lightsaber a bajillion times on this cast, but he grabs himself a double kill on the Void Spirit. JK, the reverse Caster's Curse, as Felt proven neph right once again.
Yeah, almost 700 net worth swing and 450 XP. And you talked about that double damage rune, but you're level 5. The haste feels pretty good as well. Any other rune, no way that you accomplished that one there.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the advantage of your supports making those rotations into the mid lane, helping secure that rune. Now, Monkey King does have a level advantage now, thanks to the rotation. That's pretty standard stuff. He also has just been CSing the lane slightly better. But Tay, I mean, net worth-wise, got an advantage now.
I take what I please.
Double kill does go a long way. Only a bit of an advantage.
But he just has a shared tango drop in the center of the lane. Sorry. It's a 6-minute rune coming here in just a second. So we're going to see some big fights over these. Justice here on the Nyx, Light Shader here on the Grimstroke, and even in the top lane, Frugos, and they even TP in Thana to refill the bottle just in time. Bottom lane, it's not going to be there. Frugos manages to grab it on the Shadow Shaman instead.
They know that it was something up here, and the rune is suddenly gone, and AMB didn't rotate anywhere to grab it, but the 5 minutes rolled around, people rotated in, 6 minutes, Catapult was still up in the mid lane, so they were probably thinking they could be mounting a push here on Felt, so they rotated both the supports in who kind of sat around the lane until that Catapult ended up going down there.
They're making a rotation for Cube in the bottom lane. They need to get an Impale stun, and the bottle comes in from Tay, but he misses the Impale. Jerry missing a kill in the mid lane as Thana was busy soaking some experience, and Cube is out.
Radiant should look to their middle
Just
tower.
ended up getting on top of that Phoenix when the dive was on cooldown, having scouted out, I think, the other rune, and, you know, blown up, held by those shackles there on the Shadow Shaman. Unfortunate. You don't want to be giving up any kills here. Unnecessary kills, especially to AMB. So, Now only 200 or sorry 150
You're
net worth
not getting
behind.
what you came for.
Yeah, I mean, that kill helps out a lot. He's got the Orb of Corrosion. He's level 7. I'm incredibly surprised he maxed out the Jingu Master. I think you and I both are on the same page with that one. I think a lot of times what we're seeing is the 2, maybe a 3rd point in Jingu, but a lot of people maxing out this Primal Spring so that you have farming potential.
Farming potential, you get around the map, just blowing up those creep camps a lot quicker. The Jingu Master offering you absolutely nothing for clearing out creeps. So this camp would be just instantly dead. 270 HP, Jingu Master level 4, 250 damage. Well, almost instantly dead here.
Dyer's
One
top
Primal
tower
Spring.
is under attack.
If you're not in the lane where you can constantly threaten the enemy with the Jingu Master, and I don't think Tay has let him get it, I think even once so far, then it's better off to go the Primal Spring.
Ooh, Justice steals a regen rune, but he's going to take a lot of damage here from the Grimstroke, and in comes Frugos as he just sets up a night. The Remnant manages to catch a 3-man arena. Oh my gosh, they turn it around.
More! The absolute monster! Look at the damage he did in that last team fight.
To their middle tower.
Ended up getting the spear off on the 3 heroes as well. Not to mention the damage that Tay did. Absolutely destroyed there on the Raiders.
I actually cannot believe
Middle tower is
Zor.
under attack.
This man has made some incredible plays. 2 games in a row now. He is now 2nd on net worth, but a 3-man arena setting up a triple kill for his team.
Radiant's bottom
Oh my goodness. What an incredible fight there. I mean, these guys are really scary. They have a lot of magic damage between the Mars and this Void Spear right now. Obviously, the double Astral Step, the 4 points in Resonant Pulse will eventually max out the Dissimulate next. But he's going to clean up a huge stack in the jungle here soon.
You say fight, I say slaughter.
In this case, it was Justice leading them like lambs, baby.
Incredible play from Jess. It's not even on his signature Grimstroke. He's telling everybody when he interviewed him last week to ban it out.
Oh my goodness. How did that happen?
What did I miss?
Thana was sunraying bottom, like trying to sunray over the cliff, and Cube went to Timber Chain, but I guess when you sunray through trees, it takes him down, so he managed to like beat the timber saw to the tree just by a fraction of a second.
Dyer should look to their top tower.
Nice. Didn't even know that mechanic existed.
I don't know if you do. I don't know how that tree was dead. I'm like starting to think about it. I don't know if you take down trees and stuff, so I'll have to think about it. Nice, another pick off here for Zor as he's looking for this Grimstroke. Does end up throwing out that Phantom's Embrace, but he's going to take her down anyway.
Radiant should look to their middle tower.
I want a killing spree.
Frugos managed to catch Thana here on the Phoenix, but another TPN from Tay. They're going to scout it out now, and that is just going to be a super dead Shadow Shaman and a DD rune on the Void Spirit. It is disengage time if you are anyone else but Zor. He's looking for A and B. They could potentially go in, but... Oh, Grimstroke. He has to cancel. He has no choice. Oh, man. They are just playing with their food right now, man.
Yeah, and I gotta say they are food. We thought that the Raiders would end up winning these lanes pretty hard. I mean, Timbersaw, Monkey King, they're doing all right for themselves, but Tay, he's done exactly what we mentioned. He's rotated from lane to lane, managed to find some kills for himself. He's hitting 3-0 and 3 now.
Dyer's
Has just
top tower
ignored
is
the
under
Monkey
attack.
King's presence in the mid lane. And Monkey King, he hasn't managed to keep the lane shoved in. In fact, there's way more damage here on the mid tower on the Dyer side.
This might be a huge bait. A and B. Mid lane gets caught by an Impale. I don't think they have the damage here, but I mean, every time he's primal springing out like that, he's got to be careful. Does get salved up there by his Grimstroke, though, so that's nice. Great assist there. I'm not sure if you saw it, but top lane, the Bloodseeker actually baited out the wards from Shadow Shaman. He like TP'd in, managed to get a Blood Rite out right as the Shadow Shaman went through like a Hex ward trap, and he just phased out.
That's big. That is very big. All of a sudden, you're not shoving in, taking that mid tower with it. I mean, that's one of the things they have going for them with the Lion. They have the Lycan, they have the Shadow Shaman. You need to be taking these early towers, getting map control, limiting the space that Felt has to farm. And if you're not accomplishing that, well, I wouldn't say you're on a timer here, but you're playing from behind. All right, a nice find there on Athena. I do want everyone to keep in mind, though, you know, me and you especially, that you don't really have a late game here on Felt. A question mark indeed.
Oh, they're looking for Murderer in the mid lane. He tries to pop that shapeshift, but they got plenty of damage on the Void Spirit Nyx, that Vendetta set up. And that's, I mean, you get the shapeshift, you get the Lycan, and you might get the tier 1 tower mid.
Looks like it.
And we'll fort it. They're sending in the Phoenix. I mean, you've got to come into this mid lane. There's going to be the TPs coming in droves as they do not want to lose this tower, and I do not blame them. They just lost the top tower.
No.
Bloodseeker's farming, man. You know, I'm not going to shame the Bloodseeker pick until I, you know, see what they do with it. He does have the Maelstrom, and I mean, the Blood Rage attack speed gives a lot. So we might see some serious plays being made with that Maelstrom combined with the Mars Arena and the Egg. Mid lane, they ward drop it. Tay, he's here trying to clean these up. They do have the fortification. AMB pump faking his ult. The Remnant, it catches the Timbersaw. But AMB, he's going to go ahead and counter-initiate that Wukong's command. Zor falling very low, drops the arena, ends up catching the Timbersaw. Zor's just going to walk away. Once again, it's a repeat of last game where they cannot finish off these kills. And Cube in the mid lane, salved up, retreating. Ultimate after ultimate expended, but the Phoenix Egg not being committed.
No, not dropping that one. Just you were forced to drop the Mars ultimate there just in order to get yourself out of the year and the killing spree so far. So don't hate them not using that in conjunction with each other right there. But I think with the Phoenix Egg, they could have had a favorable team fight.
They smoke up immediately, wrapping around to the mid lane. The tower, it's low, but you're going into an egg. You got to be very careful. Frugos, he needs to find a big target on the backside. They're running at AMB on the Monkey King. They catch the Nyx, but guess what? Dana, he's setting himself up. He could turn this around. The Nyx assassin falling low, has Vendetta, still hits the Impale. He's going to be able to disengage. Oh my goodness. It's not going the way. There's fights all over the place as they will finally take down Zor, but he's just making space as they will look to the Timbersaw. Dive away. Lycan looking for the mid tower. Man, he will get it. Murderer. The level 3 Necro book Lycan finally takes that mid tower down.
You're gonna want to get out of there now. Felt again, not mentioning secure that mid tower earlier is kind of had a snowball effect here. It caused them to just constantly take these fights to the mid lane here on Raiders, and your 2K net worth up at like 7 minutes in the game. You haven't really changed that in the last little while. And something I was trying to touch on earlier is, yes, you're doing great, but you're still not scaling to the late game as well as the Raiders here. You still don't have as much tower taking potential. Now you're starting to hit your timing. You've got the level 3 Necro book completed. You're working on your Orchid next, which is going to gain a number of the heroes here on Felt. And Monkey King, you know, he hasn't even started to build his items to come online. He's going to start popping off once he has this Baelstrom in his eggs.
Oh, they smoke him in the mid lane. Didn't quite have vision, but Tay, his smoke's gonna pop. Trying to find someone. Frugos ends up heading that Hex. Cube nearby as well, but he hates into 4. This is not where he wants to be on the backside. He will look for Frugos. He's falling low. Cube, the first one to die, and Thana still holding the egg. 2 heroes down. They finally drop the egg. 2 heroes trapped inside the arena. Murderer going for a TP. It's not gonna happen. Here's the team fight of Felt as they take down all 5. They lose nothing. What an incredible initiation from them.
They absolutely destroyed that Timbersaw at the start of the team fight. Had hit level 12 down the Bloodseeker, 2 points in the Rupture. Threw that Rupture onto him, and the Spear coming out immediately after, taking 1200 pure damage there on the Timbersaw. Absolutely insane.
Yeah, I mean, there's so much patience on their spells, too. Like, Zor could have just arena'd that right away, and instead, they wait until the 2 cores of the Raiders come off of the high ground, show themselves, and he's like, oh, hello there. Let me show you my arena.
Give him the, oh, hey, how you doing?
The good old, hey, how you doing? Yeah, exactly.
They're going to need to bounce back from this one. This is a fight very much needed by Felt, though.
Yeah, this is looking great. I mean, they have a 6,000 gold lead here. The Bloodseeker is not looking too shabby. They do manage to catch the Mars here. Yules to buy himself some space, but Frugos rotates on in, hits that shackle. This should be a kill on over to Zor. Easy pick up there for Cube. And on the other side, Dana TP's out from Murderer. Doesn't end up finding the kill in time.
Just TP out. It's that easy.
It is that easy.
Is under attack.
Against the Lycan anyways. The top lane Tay is going to cut his losses farm over here.
One of the things I wanted
to...
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Not a whole lot they're able to do in the bottom lane, you know, given the fact that tier 1's already taken it to push pretty far for the tier 2. So, as much as they get that kill, they don't close the net worth gap at all.
I was gonna say one thing I wanted to talk about was Tay's build. Picked up a really early Witchblade, was not something we see all that often.
No, this is one of the heroes that people build on, the Void Spirit. You see it on Silencer, you see it on Puck every so often. I think OD a couple of times, but people have opted the Meteor Hammer instead, and then start to get the other utility items like the BKB, 4-staff, Blink Daggers after that.
Oh, Light Shader, he sees the Nyx as soon as he places that sentry. He gets him 2-man Impale, sets up a great initiation here for the Void Spirit. An immediate double kill as Tay zooms away with another haste rune. Oh my god, Justice, he's not the one-trick pony. This man, all over the place.
He's an absolute monster. They shouldn't have given up this Nixus acid. I mean, you're afraid of the guy as a Grimstroke, sure, but you give him a meta hero, he'll do just as much with it. As he has. 1-0 in 9 right now.
Zor sitting on the high ground, but they have these wolves following them around. He is going to try and jump on in, but immediately silenced and caught by AMB. Ayul's there. Move all of those debuffs. He's still got the arena, and he's going to send MK back where he does not want to be. The Rupture onto Cube. MK is just dead, and a remnant to hold Timbersaw down. It does not seem like the Raiders can deal with this damage as Zor taunts away, as he will just survive once again. And they will catch the Lycan. He pops that ultimate, but it's not going to matter. They got the damage. Justice secures it with another mana burn. 4-0.
No boots makes him too easy to run down there, and by the time he'd popped his ultimate, it was already too late. He ends up going down. Everything falling apart now and hitting their timing here on Felt. I mean, yes, they don't really have the late game, but it looks like they're not going to need it at this rate.
Yeah, this is getting out of hand so fast. It's an 11,000 gold lead here. 19-4. XP, though, almost just as bad. It is just as bad, maybe worse. I mean, it's is a rough one.
The cope.
They're hitting that copium hard, man. Zor here, I mean, he can help secure this with Justice, but a nice and cancel there from AMB. The question is, do they want to even fight? AMB has no interest in doing so. I mean, this Monkey King needs so many items. He's got the Maelstrom, but he still needs like a BKB and an Aghanim Scepter to really have impact this game.
He's not going to have time to get the Aghanim Scepter, it looks like. He needs to be able to fight into them. He has to get his BKB for that. His eggs are just going to come out too slow. They need to somehow take a bunch of fights.
They caught him in the mid lane. Justice with the Spike Carapace play, sitting on the creep wave, and there's the offensive tip.
This is your classic NA Dota right here. The mental damage is just as important. That's what they're trying to do to AMB. I mean, that one's too easy to set up on. You can hear the sound as he's jumping out on the creep wave, but so much damage reflected there. It makes the kill very easy to grab.
It's just a 2.4 second stun as it is the max Carapace as well. Like, certain games you want to get multiple, like a lot more levels in the mana burn, but Spike Carapace, once you have this max level, 10-second cooldown, 2.4 second stun, multiple ways of securing it in this game. It is, yeah, it's a no-brainer. They do have the Lycan trying to push bottom lane, but oh my goodness, they are they're in some trouble. They lose the tier 2 mid. They're gonna start pushing into the top lane as well, and Felt, I mean, they're hitting everything they need to.
Yep. Take the fight without the Void Spirit now.
All right, Arena's down inside the Wukong's command. It doesn't even seem like they care at all. The Bloodseeker's damage just too much. The egg as well. They're able to take down Light Shader. One more auto attack. The Bloodseeker You know, we had our doubts, Neff, but he gets the rupture onto the Lycan as Murderer. He has to regret everything, go all the way into the base, but the bash onto the Timber Saw just to rub salt in the wounds. The GG is called 22-minute victory for Felt.
Go the spoil.
AMB DC's out of the game before it even ends. We got your classic and we doing it for you here. Felt one hell of a performance from them.
It doesn't get better than that.
No, it does not. Raiders, I mean, they looked solid game number 1 and game 2. You know, I gotta say I preferred their draft. I like what they had going on. They started to take a couple favorable fights. Defended their mid tower decently well, but everything fell apart in that fight in the river there, Ricky.
It really was. It was that first rotation from Zor to the triple kill, and then the multiple fights after that were just too dang strong. Tay finishes 8-0 and 8. The Bloodseeker 5-0 and 5. This is the impressive part. Nyx 2-0 and 14. Justice was involved in so many of their kills, just outplaying the Raiders pretty much in every lane. And, you know, this is an incredibly strong team we're seeing right here in front of us. Like, these guys are no joke.
Yeah. I mean, sorry, I'm just a little bit overwhelmed with how one-sided that game was, 23-4. You mentioned a hell of a performance. I mean, Raiders, they're gonna struggle to bounce back from this one. I mean, this is a rough series.
Yeah, absolutely. That is not the one that you want to see right there for sure. But yeah, overall, I'm very impressed with Felt. I was impressed with them the last time we got to catch them, and it makes sense, man. These guys are looking really good. Oh, you're muted. Oh, no, you're back.
A post-game interview. I'm just about to pull Tay in here for a moment if you're ready, Ricky.
Oh, I am so ready for some post-game interviews. Well, maybe. Jerry, fix your stuff here. What are you doing, Jerry? All right, we're fixed.
We got him. We got the man himself from Team Felt. Tay, how you doing, man?
I'm doing great. Feels very nice to win 2-0.
That was
Hopefully you understand what I'm saying.
Oh yeah,
absolutely very
Okay,
easy to understand. So you don't
Nice.
no need to be so nervous. Now, that was a very quick 2-0 series, man. You guys
Yeah,
impressed
okay.
a bunch of people. Ricky, I'll let you start, man. You're the play-by-play cast. I think that's how this one goes.
sure. Yeah, why not? So I want to bring back a little bit of stuff that we talked about in the last interview with Justice, but also tie that into game 1. So one of the things Justice talked about was the fact that you guys are still fairly new as a stack, and that you guys thought you had a lot that you could still improve on. I would agree, based on your performance today, you guys have absolutely improved. So congratulations.
Thank you.
In game number 1, was your guys' tactic, like from when you saw after you got out of the draft phase, how did you want to approach that game? Because Neph and I kind of went back and forth on stream, but I'd love to hear, what you guys' game plan was coming out of that draft.
Okay, we picked PL into Underworld. It was quite weird, I think.
Yeah.
But
So-
I believe in my career because he called, pick me PL, I win this game, and I trust him. But okay, if serious, our game plan was like just to manage to like lane well enough to not get stomped.
Mhm.
But like maybe top lane went quite rough because like it's PL into Underworld, but it's okay. My game plan was just to get BKBs, and like when we get BKBs and PL got free slots, he is not he can't really die, like,
Yeah, okay.
because
Yeah.
so
looked like-
amount of AoE damage, so it was quite, we got outdrafted, I would say, to be honest, but it was like still a very nice edge steal by Zoria.
Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
It was amazing. I was so surprised. I gasped, honestly.
Yeah, I'm sure Neff and I were going to probably bring that up at some point in this
That was gonna be my
interview.
next
I'm sure that was going to be
question.
Neff's question. Do you want to talk about that for a moment?
Me?
Yeah.
Or-
Just the Age of
Tay,
Steel,
Tay.
like, because Neff and I pretty much talked to you about it. We're like, this is it. This is the turning point. Like, this game is completely
Yeah.
different based on this
Yeah.
one play, right?
Yeah. I agree. After that moment, I was sure, like 100% we're gonna win this game.
Yeah.
Like, but before I was like doubtful, I would say. Like,
Wow.
I wasn't sure we're gonna win because like they have been so ahead by
Mhm.
Phoenix,
Yeah.
But after this moment, I was like breathe out and yeah, we can finish it now.
A little
Mhm.
sigh
I
of
would say
relief
good.
there.
Now, my thoughts on that one is I saw A and B start to build up his items. He had his BKB ready. He had his Dragon Lance, his Desolator. It looked like they were stalling at the last thing they needed to really push high ground, and the game was at Aegis and Cheese. And when you
Yeah,
guys managed to steal it, that's how you killed their timings and won the game,
yeah,
in my
it
opinion.
was amazing still.
Yeah. It was game winning for sure. Zord getting that axe. Ricky is saying that was a
Yeah,
specialty. And you, that game on that OD, I mean, you were just pumping out so much damage with so little. That hero is absolutely insane in this patch. You
yeah,
have any
like
thoughts on
we first
OD?
picked it. OD is, I mean, it's very popular because like it you can flex this hero now on many positions,
Mhm.
and we have like few OD players in this team, so we enjoy it to play
Mhm.
it when we have a chance to pick it. But OD, I think is kinda maybe overrated, but I'm not sure because I'm mid player. Maybe it's too strong on side lanes, but I don't really know yet. You know,
We'll find out as we get more
yeah,
game time with it.
maybe when somebody picks it against us, I will find it out, but not yet.
Neff, do you want to talk about anything about game 2 or
Yes.
okay.
Game number 2, I thought the draft was a lot stronger coming out from the Raiders. It looked like you guys just outplayed them again and again in the team fights.
I actually think that
Mhm.
this game our draft was way better because we had like so strong lanes. Like
Mhm.
our top lane was extremely strong, like Lycan plus Grimstroke.
Mhm.
I don't see a way them winning lane against Mars and Phoenix.
Yeah, we knew
Like,
that was going to be like one of your good lanes was the Mars Phoenix lane
yeah,
into Lyke and
Uh-huh.
Grimstroke, and it definitely excelled. We were a little bit surprised that they didn't try and take like the Lyke and mid and put the Monkey King safe lane to try and give themselves stronger lanes. But
yeah,
you play the
but
Void Spirit, so tell me how that matchup works. Like, were you happy to see the MK mid, or did it not really matter to you?
um, I would say it's easier to stay against Lycan, to be honest.
Okay.
But in this matchup, like Monkey player didn't really show good performance. And this is why it felt like Void Spirit doesn't suck against Monkey, but in reality, I think Monkey destroys Void Spirit. So I wasn't really happy at first, but when I saw he's playing so passive, I was happy, and I knew like if this lane is draw and top lane is won, the game is ours for sure
Mhm.
because they can't fight us. They can't fight us at all. Like they have nobody to hit deck. They got
Mhm.
nobody like to run into us with big abyss because their big abyss timing is so late. So I was sure we're gonna win this easily.
I like it.
Yep.
Neff, any other thoughts? Any other
Uh,
questions from you? That big brain of yours?
uh, no, I mean, I think that's most of it. That haste that you picked up, the rotation
Oh,
from Zor as well. I mean, there
Oh
was a
my
couple
god.
just insane early game plays. Some of them a little bit lucky, other ones, I guess, just you
yeah,
guys outplaying them. That was the best rune you could have gotten there. That was what allowed
yeah.
you to get that one.
If
So,
you watch last series, or I mean of us,
mhm,
3 games in a row, I was on like a front, so I guess it's like karma. I got
mhm.
it back, so I pick up haste and like got two good kills.
Yeah.
So I'm happy. Yeah,
Yeah, that was really nice. We were talking like, is he gonna get like what happens if he gets like a DD rune early? And we're like, obviously the DD rune combined with level 6 of Void Spirit's incredibly deadly, but you got the haste rune at level 5, and yeah,
yeah,
that was quite good.
yeah,
Neff made a really good point of
yeah.
pointing that out. I don't have any more questions myself. Neff, do you?
no, I guess, Tay, any shout outs to your team? Anything you want to talk about before we let you go?
Um, I would say thank you so much for my team because like if not them, I would not be able to play this tournament at first. Thank you, my friends, because like it's 4 a.m. right now here, and they
Ooh.
still support me. Um,
Oh my gosh.
yeah, and I'm happy because I can like participate in DPC season. It's like feels so good.
Mhm.
Like yeah. So thank you, my teammates. Thank you, my friends. And I'm really happy that we got such a great opportunity to get like a very very last slot to play in.
Yeah, I mean, we're
Because
glad you
like
guys are here. Absolutely. You guys
it's
have
a
put up
king
a
got
great
disqualified.
performance.
Yeah, it was like a very lucky moment for us. So I'm happy, I would say, to be here. Yeah, that's it.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining us, Tay. And again, congratulations to
Thank
you
you.
and your team. And you guys are looking great. You're moving up to 4-1,
Thank you.
almost top of the standings. Like, that is a great place to be this early into the series. So, yeah, thank you again for joining us.
Yeah.
And we'll be talking to
Thank
you
you so
soon.
much. Hopefully, yeah. Thank you. Bye bye.
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 All right, Neph. Any other thoughts? Anything we want to talk about, or should we just get ready for our next series, which is going to be Arkosh versus Simply Two Based?
You know, an even quicker series, in my opinion, than this one. It's going to be Simply Two Based. They've got this one in the bag. That's all I'm gonna say.
Quite a
If you guys
good
want to
team.
stick around for that one, you know, you could watch the classic NA beatdown, but stay tuned.
Well, yeah. So real quick, that one I believe is not starting for another 50 minutes, 55 minutes. It is scheduled to start on the hour. So we'll have to double check, but I believe we're going to be starting at the scheduled game time. We'll throw timers up on screen, all that good stuff. But definitely stay tuned for our second and final series of the night here. It is going to be Simply Two Based versus Arkosh Gaming. We'll see y'all soon.